You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, pet parents. This is Michelle Fern, host of Best Bets for Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Now, we love our pets, and we want to do as much as we can to make them the star of our lives. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. I'm going to tell you how you can make them the star of their very own book. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Petco, where the pets go. Petco, where the pets go.
Pet Life Radio has tail-wagging, fur-flying, fabulous deals for our listeners from Petco. Get $6 off your order of $60 or more and up to 40% off the entire Petco site. That's right, but that's not all. Because you're a Pet Life Radio listener, you'll also get free shipping on your order of $49 or more. $6 off, up to 40% off, and free shipping from Pet Life Radio and Petco. To get these awesome deals, go to PetcoDeals.com. That's PetcoDeals.com.
Petco, where the pets go.
I'm not much of a reader, but I do wish I were more well-read.
There are so many great books coming out. I wish I could find a way to keep up.
Audible.com makes it easy to stay well informed and catch up on your reading simply by listening. Audiobooks from Audible turn downtime into uptime. You'll be more productive and become well read.
Now I'm able to catch up on all the great books I've been wanting to read.
With Audible, I feel smarter.
Pet Life Radio listeners, try Audible.com now and get your first 30 days of Audible Listener Gold membership plan free. And get a free audiobook. Choose from over 100,000 titles. To get this great deal, go to audibledeals.com. That's audibledeals.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I am so excited today to have Susan Lyman. She's the creator, founder, and owner of Tails Untold. Welcome, Susan.
Well, thank you very much, Michelle. It's great to be on your show, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you for coming on. Now, you have a really unique item. I've seen pet books before, and I've seen, pet books where they sometimes just put your pet's name in the book, but you have a really different type of item. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about Tails Untold, maybe how the whole idea came about?
Certainly. Well, first of all, Tails Untold is very unique. There really, at this point, is nothing on the marketplace like it. And it's a beautifully illustrated coffee table book that stars your pet. So it's unique 20-page hardcover keepsake, and it's a gift that really keeps giving. The book is, for instance, your pet's name, Goldie, Lily, Fido's New York City adventure. And your pet is actually the narrator speaking to you and the star. And I came up with the idea when my nephew was quite young, probably over 20 years ago, and we took a trip to FAO Schwartz Toy Store. And I wanted to get him something very unique. And there they had where you filled out a questionnaire, and then you sent it in, and out came a book personalized to him. But it was in a third person, and it was, hello, this is a story about Tim, and so. So that idea kept, formulating in my mind over many years. And I wanted to create something new and unique for pet owners and pet lovers, and where also I could give back. And hence, Tails Untold came to creation.
That's so interesting. Now, where did the idea come? Now, right now, there's just a Tails Untold book for New York. Is that correct?
That Tails Untold book for New York City. The evolution of the book, as I started evolving and creating it, it came around to the fact that I really wanted to put people's pets, their photos of their pets. So it's very unique to them, and they recognize their pet in the book. And so I had to start figuring out how I can do that and make it easy for people to fill out this questionnaire and put their pet photos into the book. So over time, I ended up working with a gentleman that was very savvy in Photoshop, and I found a great illustrator. And then I said, well, how do I do a story where people can, only have to fill out a few questions, and then I put them into the book. So it evolved into a 2-year process of this very easy to create for my customers book, yet it's a New York City adventure. I've lived in the city for 25 years now, and it's something that I'm so familiar with. It's a city that everybody loves. It's known worldwide. So I figured, well, that would be a good place to have their pet take their first adventure.
I see. It's really interesting. Now, your pet is the main character in the book for your, samples, and she was the first one. Tell us a little bit about your pet.
Well, the pet Goldie, right now, my husband and I are in between pets, but pet Goldie was a friend of mine's that's a beautiful model golden retriever. So I used that as my sample book to show people that this is how your pet will be placed in the book, and it also helps people when they send me their photos have an idea of the different positions that their pet should be in, whether it's a cat or a dog. So I used Goldie as the model dog for the sample so people would have an idea. And I also had a wonderful cat, Tootie, that I use for my cat books because I do mostly cats and dogs for the Tails Untold personalized pet book.
You say mostly. What's the most unusual pet you've had?
Well, really, at this point, it's only been cats and dogs. I have had people ask me about birds and rabbits, which I could, do, but I haven't had that opportunity yet.
So let's see. For, say, one of my listeners, says, I'd like to do something like that. That's interesting. What would be the process for someone to get the book done? What are the steps they need to go through?
Okay, it's very easy. What they would do is go to my website, www.tails, Tails, untold.com. And there they would participate in the creation of the book by uploading photos of their pet. They can upload anywhere up to 10 photos. And then they fill out a short questionnaire which asks about the characteristics of the pet's breed, the pet's nickname, their pet's favorite toy and treat, and more. And then they also get to write up to 100-word personalized memory about their pet, which is also incorporated into the book. Then they just press and click purchase book. All of the information is then sent to me, and I create the book. So it's a very simple process. And again, the book is totally personalized to their pet. So it's their pet, like Lily or Goldie's New York City adventure story.
Now, this seems like a great way to also memorialize your pet.
Yes.
So it's very easy. Now, what if I don't have only a limited amount of pictures for a pet that is deceased? How can you work with that?
Well, I have a girlfriend, and I wanted to give her a book. She had her cat, Oscar, who had passed probably 10 years ago, and she had 4 not the greatest of pictures. And that was sort of my test to see how it would work for people who may not be the best photographers. And that book came out great. I was able to work with her pictures and incorporate them into the book, and her Oscar's New York City Adventure book came out fantastic. She loves it. Are
you able to personalize those? If someone says, is there any way my dog eats shoes? Can you put something like that in the book?
Yes, absolutely. There are many pages that are personalized. Almost every page has some personalization in it. And they get to talk about their favorite treat or their favorite food. The book is coming from their pet's personality, so it would be, talking to mom and dad or their sisters, Amy and John, and my favorite place to sleep is on your bed, or my favorite treat is kibbles, and my favorite food is, whatever that may be. So, yes, that is all very personalized to their pet.
Some of us pet parents or multi-pet parents have 2 or 3, animals in the household. Are you able to do sort of like the family's adventure,
I know.
Or is it just like one pet per book?
Well, the way that it evolved and the process, because it is a little bit intricate, I did do it for one pet because I wanted that pet to be the star. And when I put in the personalized information into an already written New York City adventure story, I have to make sure that there's, enough space and also that I can fit the pets into the illustration. So far, I've only done one pet per book, but I am very open to trying to do more than one pet. And I have told several people that I'm very open to taking phone calls and discussing with them and making sure that I have the right pet in the right photo. And it may be one picture has one of the pets, the next one has the next pet and its characteristics. So I haven't done that yet because I am still fairly new business, but I am very open to that situation and letting that evolve.
Well, that's a good idea. Now, we have Tales of the New York City Adventure. Is there another adventure coming up soon?
Well, I'd like to have another adventure coming up soon. I am looking into, and I've let people tell me where they would like to have the next adventure. And a lot of people have said Paris and Rome because those are obviously beautiful cities, and they'd love to see their pet traveling around that city. And also somebody had suggested Hollywood. And I think my illustrator, Jenna Van Egan, who we've seen the book, has done an absolutely beautiful job. Her detail is amazing. Have her do maybe the Walk of Fame or the red carpet with Brad and Angelina.
That would be cute. I guess there's a lot of different ideas, or even of, I don't know, tours the U.S. or U.S. road trip or something. There's so many ideas. But the illustrations are beautiful. Did you come up with them? And you said you have a great illustrator. How did the illustrations evolve?
Well, it's interesting. When I was first considering creating Tails Untold, when I wanted to create, a new and unique product and something that really is not out there, I thought, maybe I'll let people send me their photos and send me pictures of their pet, and I'll write their own personal story. But as it evolved, and I thought, I really want to be able to create these for a lot of different people and people, all over the world, that I said I have to do something where I can actually take their photos and incorporate them into the book. And I wanted something whimsical and beautiful. And I just happened to be talking to a person and a friend of mine, and they said, I know this illustrator. And I said, I have a very unique concept. I wanted it to be very sort of mature because my book really does gear towards all ages of pet lovers. And I wanted it to be whimsical, so I didn't want it to just be a children's book. I wanted it to be something that everybody of all ages could read. So they said, I think I have the person for you. And then I met and interviewed Jenna, and I saw her illustrations, and I said, this is it. This is the perfect illustrator for what my concept was.
The book is beautiful. Now, can listeners go online and see a sample of the book at your website?
Yes, they can. Again, if they go to tailsuntold.com, and at the top they'll see tabs, and one is sample books, and they will see samples of Goldie as well as Tootie the cat, and there are different pictures of my illustrations there.
Now, you've created, I know, a lot of books for a lot of different people. Has there been any certain experience that was super rewarding or really unique compared to any of the other books that have been given to people or requested?
Yes, I think that one was a woman she had contacted me, and she said, my pet Rosie is very old, and I want to get a special gift for my children and my husband because Rosie's been a big part of our family. And she said, your idea is, she really loved the idea and said it's a great sort of upbeat way to celebrate her pet Rosie. So she sent me the information, and right before I was going to print, she contacted me and she mentioned that Rosie had passed on, and as if there was anything I could do in the book to sort of make a dedication. And I was able to write a little bit of a thank you for bringing me into such a loving home from Rosie into the book.
Oh, that's
they
so
loved
sweet.
It.
That's so sweet. Now, you wrote the book yourself, right?
Yes. Thanks to my sister, Janet, who helped me because I was thinking, where should I go? What should I do? And she said, write about what you know, which of course is New York City, the city that I live in and love. So that's how I came up with New York.
So your book is so beautifully written. Is your background in writing?
My background in writing is mainly in college, where I had, taken English Lit and have a business and English major. But I've always loved to write, and so I've written journals and diaries and have loved to create. And that's how I finally said, well, gosh, I get to put that into play with this new business also. So I brought photography, which is my love, writing, which is my love, pets, which is my love, and also being able to give back. Because I donate a percentage of every book to an animal charity, shelter, or rescue.
I was going to talk about that next, because that's wonderful that you donate some of the proceeds, or all the proceeds, some of the proceeds to charity. What charity do you donate to?
Well, I've donated to several charities, and I actually let my customers on my website suggest a charity that they would like me to donate to. I've given to some local charities, Bite-A-Wee, Sean Casey's Animal Rescue. I've also donated to Bark for Life, the American Cancer Foundation, and several others. I donated to the Rescue Doodle shelters. So it's been very diverse, but I do let my clients have input because I think that's important too.
Such a great item. Listeners, please take time to go to tailsuntold.com to learn more about Susan's book. It's beautifully done. It's very classy looking. Like you said, it's a coffee table book and makes a wonderful gift. It's just so unique. Is there anything else you'd like to tell our listeners about Tails Untold?
Well, first of all, Michelle, I'd like to thank you so much for inviting me to introduce your listeners to Tails Untold Personalized Pet Books. I just think that my book is, again, it's a unique keepsake and a memory for somebody whose pets are still with us or whose pets are not. And it's uplifting and upbeat. And also that I hope that everyone thinks of adoption first and runs to their nearest animal shelter or rescue and adopts a pet. And I'll be waiting for their pictures. We're also on Twitter and Facebook, and we have a wonderful blog with lots of great information covering all aspects of pet ownership to make pet ownership a happy experience. And all of those sites are linked on my website, www.tailsuntold.com.
Great. Thank you so much, Susan, for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling our listeners about Tails Untold.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thanks so much, Susan, for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling our listeners all about Tails Untold. Listeners, this is a really great book. It's unique. It's so well done. It's beautiful. It's a great way to have, a keepsake of your pet, great for your family, great for a memorial book for someone. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with another great show.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Introducing the new Bret Michaels Pets Rock collection exclusively at PetSmart. I created it for the pets that rock your world.
Shop the Bret Michaels Pets Rock collection and celebrate PetSmart's 25th anniversary with up to 25% off thousands of items on the PetSmart site. Plus free shipping on orders of $49 or more. Go to PetSmartDeal.com. That's PetSmartDeal.com. PetSmartDeal.com.
Dyson.
The new Dyson Animal Vacs are powerful bagless upright vacuums for homes with pets. Air muscle and radio root cyclone technology generates the strongest suction power to powerfully remove dust, dirt, and pet hair from the home or car. To order your Dyson Animal Vac, go to DysonDeals.com. DysonDeals.com to order your Dyson Animal Vac today.
Dyson. Music to your ears.
Your groomer is gonna hate me. Hi, I'm Allie McLennan. Join me for my Pet Life radio show, Groom for Improvement. You're gonna save time and money with these tips from my New York City grooming table. From product recommendations to do's and don'ts, I am gonna hook you up. So just do me a favor and don't mention this to your groomer. Groom for Improvement on Pet Life Radio.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Oh, wait till you hear about the product today. We love our pets. I mean, I love my crew, but they're smelly. You know, if you have animals, especially if you have a cat, they can be smelly. So what are you going to do? You don't want to get rid of your cat. You can only bathe them so much. I'd like to introduce Nelson Grist. He is the president, CEO, co-founder of What Odor. Welcome, Nelson.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So, What Odor? It's really pretty magical, and it's getting rid of smells. What was the thought behind coming up with this product?
Well, the main reason for coming up with the product was because I have 3 dogs and 2 cats, and you love them, like you said, but the issue of odor is always there. No matter how many times you bathe them, or whether they're clean pets or outside pets, there's always a little bit of odor. So we developed it with in mind of eliminating the odor. Pets are creatures of habit, and if they smell spot that they've maybe urinated on before or whatever it was, they will continue to go in that area. So our goal was to, 1, make sure it completely eliminated the odor, 2, make it safe for the pet and the people using the product.
What made you decide to come up with it? Was it just your animals and just a lot of smell, or is there a story behind it?
There is a story. I've been in the pet industry for 25 years, looked at and developed different products in the industry, and one has always been, whether it's been treats or toys, but the other one we looked at was a stain and odor product, because we knew the other product on the shelf only masked the odor. So if we could eliminate the odor, like I said, we would eliminate pets being taken to the pound and eliminate that as much as possible. So the story was really more of trying to find a solution for a big problem that pet owners today, there's no solution other than masking it for a while and continue to spray. So we really wanted to develop an odor eliminating product that actually eliminated the odor and was safe to use around pets and people.
Your product doesn't just cover it with a nice scent, it eliminates the odor, right?
Correct, yes. 100% the odor will be gone and it will not come back.
I tested What Odor and it did a great job, but I didn't test it in certain places. Is that something that I could spray inside the cat litter box?
Absolutely. The good thing about our product is it is safe on all types of fabrics. It's good for, the cats can inhale it, or dogs can inhale it. It's not any kind of chemical-based product, so it's 100% safe. So you can, I always spray, when you rinse the litter box out and clean it up, it's always nice to spray a nice little bit of What Odor in there to completely eliminate that odor that's built up into the plastics of that box. But it's safe 100% to spray near your cat, on your dog. We get a lot of dogs that are spraying with skunk, and they can spray it right on the pet and with absolutely no fear of harming the animal at all.
That's incredible, because that's important now. Now, can the animals smell this?
I'm assuming they probably can. I don't really know. I've never had an animal, react to the scent. There's a essential oil scent that's in the product, but eventually once the odor has been completely eliminated, you don't smell anything. So it's a complete odor elimination. Not one bit of it is a masking agent whatsoever. So there's no perfumes in the product whatsoever.
So I know there's a lot of magic behind the product, and some of it I'm sure is confidential. But is there anything you could tell us about how What Odor works?
Well, what we did was, it's very scientific. We try to use scientific as opposed to magic, but I like the word magic as well. But what we did was, a lot of products that are out there make the claim that a stain and odor product. We basically took out all of the stain-fighting ingredients that are a typical odor eliminating product, put more essential oils in there, and the way the essential oils work together, they create basically this breakup of what the odor is made up of. I always use it as a sort of a DNA kind of example, that when we spray the What Odor on the DNA sort of makeup of that odor, it breaks it apart so the nose can't recognize it, human or animal. So it's completely eliminated. It's not just covered over with a scent.
Very interesting. Now, currently, What Odor only comes in a spray bottle. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any ideas in the future for other types, or even, I think an idea too, and I haven't sprayed a What Odor in my refrigerator, but even the cat food and the dog food in the fridge can be smelly. So
absolutely,
maybe there's a fridge item in the works too. I'm not sure.
Well, What Odor can be used on any type of odor. It can be sprayed. A lot of people will spray it in the refrigerator when they're cleaning it out. They spray it in their, their washing machines when a mildew makes up on those front-loading washing machines. So our motto is one bottle does it all. So it eliminates skunk odor, eliminates cigarette smell odor, it eliminates pet odor, eliminates all odors that are out there. And that was our main focus, as opposed to having 13, 15 different types of products out there that other manufacturers develop, and most of the time it's the same product inside the bottle. We all try to recycle, but not all the times we get in there. So if we can put less bottles into the house, with a better chance of less bottles ending up in the landfill, as opposed to other manufacturers have other different scents and other different, they say this is for carpet, this is for concrete, this is for tile. It's all the same product, and they're just trying to get more phasing. So our product, like I said, one bottle does it all, eliminates all odors, and it's safe to use around people, pets, and it's good for the planet.
It's wonderful. Are there any products coming up that might be in a different form, like, I don't know, maybe something more like a crystallized or some device that I could put in my refrigerator?
We have tested several different applications, and so far we haven't found an application other than the spray that will actually eliminate the odor. So we could develop something that will smell good, but it doesn't eliminate the odor. So there's lots of, as we all know, there's lots of candles and different kind of deodorizers out there that, make your house smell like pumpkin spice or vanilla. That's not what we're going for. We're going for complete elimination, and so far we haven't found any other application other than the spray. We're looking at developing a laundry detergent with the wet odor in there, so when you wash your clothes, it can eliminate the odor in the clothes and those kind of things. But we would love to develop. We've been asked by the hotel industry to restaurant industry to develop something for the bathrooms, but fortunately it's a quick little spray and it sort of dissolves and doesn't hit the odor. It just smells good for a certain period of time. So we're working on different applications right now, but so far no success.
That's interesting, because I'm thinking when you say hotel industry and restaurant, something in the bathrooms would be nice, because some of them are not kept up as well as they should, even in the nicer hotels and restaurants.
Exactly. And like I said, we've, with having a product that eliminates odor, if we bring out a product, with the same name and a different application and it doesn't eliminate odor, then our reputation has, basically been turned to nothing. So we're very, very careful of making sure that what we do bring out next, 100% works. It's safe. The hotel industry uses our products for the rooms and to remove smoke odors and different kinds of odors, but as of right now, there's nothing that works as well as the actual spraying of the wet odor directly onto the odor area.
Have you made a travel size?
We do. We have a 1 ounce size, which is very effective for, taking on the plane or travel. We also have a 6 ounce size that a lot of people keep that in their car. So if someone, smokes or they spill coffee with cream or something and the cream starts to curdle in the car and smells, or if the animal is sick or has an accident in the car, it's right there ready to use.
That's a great idea. Now that we've talked about all the wonderful uses of wet odor to get rid of those smells we don't want to smell, where can my listeners find your product?
You can go to the website. We have a special starter kit on wetodor.com. They can go there and try the product, and we have a special code for listeners for 25% off on all listeners of the Pet Show.
Okay, and what is that code?
It's Pet Show.
Pet Show?
Yep.
Okay, great. So our listeners can go to wetodor.com?
Yeah, put coupon code in Pet Show, and they'll get 25% off.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
We'll also have that, listeners, in the episode section of this segment. So if you're driving, you can't write it down, no problem. Well, I'm excited to use wet odor more, and I'm glad that it comes in smaller sizes because that can be very handy when people are traveling, especially when some planes are not cleaned out as well as others.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't have smoking in our planes in the U.S., but some of them in Europe still do. So
yeah, absolutely.
It can be bad.
Yeah. And the one thing I found, too, is, even if you can't smoke, and there's some people smell like smoke, or on the airplane when they take their shoes off or something like that, there's always that sound of odor, and now we can completely eliminate it when we're on the plane. I always have it with me in my briefcase and good to go.
Are you yourself just very sensitive to smells?
Not really. My dogs are pretty well trained, but they still have, every so often have a little accident, or, they just smell from being outside or something, or they're bedding. You don't want to wash the bedding every day, so you're able to spell or spray the wet odor on the bedding and stuff. But not overly sensitive. I just was more of really trying to find a product that, the large manufacturers out there were missing, and unfortunately the pets were being sort of punished by being sent to the pound because, owners didn't like the smell of their house, and we wanted to try to put a stop to pets going to the pound.
That's another great plus about that. And I understand some people have allergies, and the smells just can alleviate, aggravate an allergy or something like that. So it's a great thing that you're doing with wet odor. So our listeners can find more about What Odor and also get 25% off on the website, which is whatodor.com. And the 25% off code is Pet Show. Thank you so much, Nelson, for being on Best Bets for Pets and telling our listeners all about What Odor and how to keep their pets and maybe smelly people in their house also smelling nice. Thank you so much.
It also comes with a 100% money-back guarantee, no questions asked.
Oh, that's great. Thanks again. And listeners, I'd like to thank also, of course, Mark Winter for producing this show and making myself and my guests sound great. And my furry team, Nikki, Dennis, and Mr. Z, for being there and being the pet stars in my life book. And I'd also like to thank my listeners for listening. I so appreciate it. If you have questions or comments or suggestions for shows, please contact me at michelle@petliferadio.com. And thanks so much to my listeners for listening to Best Bets for Pets. Have a good one.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.